Eagles and Rifles was my attempt at making a Napoleonic era tabletop RPG and encapsulating the idea of linear warfare on the table. Normally this era is the domain of war games. There are dozens of Napoleonic war games of different scales, of different types, and I used a D6 system reminiscent of that, as well as borrowing heavily from the Age of Sigmar Soulbound system, just a D6 dice pool system with a variable to hit. That's it, really. Does Eagles and Rifles work? Yes, Eagles and Rifles does work. I think the main issue that I was having was one of scale. On one hand, it's a game about individual commanders and their struggles and problems. On the other hand, it's a game about the unit, comprised of a dozen men at the least, and upwards of 1,000 at the highest. It's also a game about the company, which is the composition of all the units. Making sure these three ideas work together was an adventure in trial and error, as every single thing I consulted said something completely different. The reference material would say one thing. Practicality actually making the game would say another. Then my original notes would say something completely different, the way I initially envisioned things. So it became kind of muddled at points, so I had to improvise. Am I perfectly satisfied with what was written? No, there are so many moving parts to this game that I am positive that somewhere in the assortment of rules and sub-rules, there's something that's broken. But on paper, it should be a functional system for replicating that era of combat, roughly from about 1760 to about 1860, which is, again, dominated by wargaming. For the future, probably add in more stuff for the commander and add in more fantastic things, fix up some other parts, streamline everything. But for right now, as we speak and as I write this, it is done. It works, and that's all I can really ask for. My name is Notepad Anon, and this was Eagles and Rifles. Thank you very much, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.